We're going through every year of the 2010s and ranking the top 20 most streamed songs of every year. Today we're on 2018. Let's get straight into it. All right, here we go. Number 20. Do I know this song? Oh. All right, Be All Right. This is just kind of your run-of-the-mill white boy guitar ballad. This is a white boy guitar ballad. Big whoop. I don't really see what's super definable about this in general. Yeah, it's going to be at the bottom for me. There's just nothing notable about this. I really do not understand the popularity of this track. If you had to tell me that, if somebody told me this was in the top 20, I'd be like, why? Oh, 5 Seconds of Summer. Okay. I'm over it. Yeah, this is low. I'm gonna put it above Be All Right. Yeah, it really, really clean, buttery sort of indie pop alt song. I don't know. I don't really have any sort of feelings about this. I think 5 Seconds of Summer has way better hits than this one. It very much is giving commercial. It's giving movie trailer commercial, kind of in a way that Imagine Dragons does. All right, number 18. Let Me Down Slowly, Alec Benjamin. Oh my God. The white boys are popping off in 2018. You know what I put this in the same category as? This is kind of, this is giving Heat Waves, it's giving Glass Animals a little bit. It's giving Minecraft YouTuber. Yeah, it is kind of a Glass Animals with a sweet little boy voice. That chorus really doesn't do anything for me. I don't really fully understand this. I guess it's somewhere around here. Again, like all of these songs hopefully stay at the bottom. I don't see any of these songs moving too far away from the very bottom of the list. Okay, attention Charlie Puth. Wow, 2018 was for the white boys. As far as Charlie Puth songs go, I think this is one of the better ones. Listen, I can't hate too much. I can't hate too much on this one. I mean, I kind of wish, the one thing I wish about this song is that I wish they had a real bassist, a real session bassist come in and do this instead of it obviously being a MIDI bass. I think, listen, I think this one's pretty decent. I think it's pretty well produced. I feel like there could be a bigger moment in this track, but for what it is, the groove is nice. I think there's a lot of stuff to like about it. So, yeah, it's well and above better than the other tracks we have on the list, I think, so far. Oh, The Weeknd. This song had a big TikTok moment, right? With the dude with the cowboy hat and, like, the huge ass. You guys know what I'm talking about? Call Out My Name, The Weeknd. Yeah, I mean, listen, the fact that this song's been memified, I don't really care that much about. The song itself is really, really good. I mean, this is back when The Weeknd was exclusively doing, like, sexy, I put you on top, girl, hell yeah, sort of thing, which kind of was The Weeknd's thing in his early career. But at the end of the day, like, this chorus is great. Abel sounds great on it. So, hell yeah. I think that it's definitely going to be somewhere in the top 10. Oh, the stars, Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Black Panther soundtrack. Here we go. There will not be a stronger chorus on this list. I doubt it, man. Especially in the terms of like SZA's delivery. Vocally, the song is out of this world. I love Kendrick's tone on it. The strings, the attention to detail, and the production. I mean, it is so good. It is one of the best big songs to ever come out of a movie. I think it is really, really up there. I don't see this moving out of the top 3. I'm going to put it at 2 for now. Maybe we'll get a better song. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up at 1, though. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. There's going to be a lot of beer bongs at Bentley's, isn't there? There's going to be a lot of beer bongs at Bentley's. Better Now, Post Malone. Obviously, there is the reality that Posty was making hip-hop music as proven by time simply because it was trendy, it was what was popular at the time, it was the easiest industry in music to break into. I don't think he ever really loved this genre, or at least that's not what it seems like. Also, the reality is that he was making his best music when he was doing hip-hop stuff, when he was being a culture vulture or whatever. That's just what happens to be the case. And I think Better Now is overall really well produced, crispy beat. The chorus is fun. Yeah, I mean, this album has, it's not perfect, but I think it had a lot of fun party music on it. And maybe Stay will be in here too, which I think is also a beautiful song. So, wow. Okay. Question mark. Okay, if Moonlight's on here, then there's got to be more songs on here. My big criticism of X and with this record specifically is that he comes up with these really good ideas and there's some really interesting beats, but then he decides to not flesh them out at all. Every single one of his tracks on this album and throughout the majority of his career were these really one-dimensional songs that I think could have been so much better than they ended up being. But that being said, this is a weird, off-kilter, sort of strange beat, and I think that the melody is nice, and like the flow, the way that he attacks it is kind of cool. I'm gonna put it like 10. I think that it's a pretty decent track, you know. Listen, I much preferred when X was doing the really gritty, look at me like metal trap stuff, but I think Moonlight's a pretty solid song from him. Hey. Havana with Young Thug of all people. Oh my God. I think this one's fun. I can understand why some people don't like it, especially since it was so overplayed at the time. Like, this song was inescapable. I'm surprised it's not higher. Let me tell you my thought process here, okay? At least this is written about something that is somewhat personal to Camila Cabello, even if the execution is not the most perfect thing ever. There is some sort of personal attachment from the artist, which I think is cool for a pop artist to write about in general. But also, Young Thug is great in this song. Like, it makes no sense that he's on it, but he kind of glides on here. I probably put it like here. I think this is a pretty good spot for it. I think it's a fun pop song that I would never like run to listen to, but you know, it's not something that I'm gonna jump out of an Uber if it's playing it. Well, duh. I mean, come on. Sicko Mode, this generation's Bohemian Rhapsody. It has to be at number 1. There isn't another song like this. This is a trap epic. It's a trap opera. It's one of those songs that everybody remembers the first time they heard it. It is that good. It is one of those generational instant classic songs. Every beat on here is impeccable, and there's like 3 or 4 beats. Like, there's multiple beat switches. Every single section is great. It's some of the best melodies Drake has ever made. Travis is saying nothing. Drake is talking about taking Xanax as prescribed. Yeah, Sicko Mode has to be at number 1. I don't think that's changing. I think Sicko Mode's one of the best hit songs of all time. It's in the top 100 for sure. I want you to be happy. Oh, do you guys like Bastille's, like the lead singer of Bastille's voice? I forget his name. I like it. I know it's not for everybody, but I like his voice. I like Bastille. I don't love Marshmello. Okay. And, you know, there's something I will admit. I listened to Alone when it came out. Okay. I know there's people in the chat that were listening to that Marshmello song when Marshmello first dropped, Alone. This song, I mean, oh, God. It is just like the EDM trap fusion of it all in Bastille. It just doesn't seem to work that well for me. I understand its popularity. It's down here with the white boys. It's down here in White Boy Hell. It is down here in White Boy Hell, unfortunately. We knew it was coming. We knew there would be more X. We knew Sad would be on here. Same criticism of Moonlight. Same criticism I've always had with X. There could be a fucking breakdown, a bridge, something. Because I think the core, like, bones of this song, the bones of this song are good. But X just decides to do fucking nothing with it. That's frustrating because let's just stick to this one idea and then just rinse and repeat it. There's like 10% of the song missing. Yeah, exactly. It's somewhere in here. It's like here. It's like here for me. Okay, Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa. One Kiss. Yeah, this is peak Calvin Harris era. I think just Dua is one of those artists that her voice works so well on dance tracks, just so well. It really is a perfect fit. I cannot imagine a better artist for this song. And yeah, this is the best Calvin Harris era. You know why? Because Calvin, even though he has some great songs like Spectrum, like the stuff that he's done with Florence Welch, at the end of the day, that early Calvin Harris stuff is so attached to that era. A lot of it does sound really dated with those like really corny builds, those really silly drops. This sort of like groovy analog synth dance stuff could be made today. It could have been made 20 years ago. It could have come out in 2018 like this song did. And it just feels so much more timeless. So it's a perfect collaboration in the dance music scene at the time for sure. And this was just a really good time for Calvin Harris, I think. Star is Born. Okay, Shallow. This shouldn't have been on Gaga's Coachella set, I don't think, but it's a good song, I think. Okay, listen, as far as I'm concerned, Bradley could shut the fuck up, because I think the big highlight of this song is the Gaga vocals. It is. I think this is one of my favorite Gaga vocal performances ever. The amount of emotion in it, vocal quality of it, the timbre of her voice just sounds so good. And while I'm not like obsessed with it, I think the song is well written, but really for me, it is the vocal performance from Gaga. And I don't really care about Bradley. He actually does a pretty decent job for an actor, but if Gaga was singing this entire song, I'd probably prefer it. It's like, it's here, you know, I'll put it at 7. I think Shallow gets a little too much hate just because of how overplayed it was. Chat's gonna hate me for this one. I don't know if chat's vibing with God's Plan like I am. I'm a hater of Scorpion. You know, there are more bad tracks on this album than good ones, and there are a lot of tracks. So, but we're not ranking the album, we're ranking God's Plan, and God's Plan, even though Nice for What is better song, maybe it's on this list, maybe it isn't. I think God's Plan has more streams though, unfortunately. It's better, it's a better song than Better Now. I'll put it at 5. Honestly, this list isn't shaping up to be that bad. Juice! How could I forget about Juice? What a hook, bro. What a hook. Yeah, it's up there, man. Here's the thing, is that my criticism of X does not apply to Juice WRLD in the same way, because I think that Juice adds a little bit more to his songs. I think they feel a little less one-dimensional, but the thing is about Juice is that because he freestyled the majority of his tracks, I really would have liked to hear him actually try to write something lyrically. Actually do a couple of edits. Actually try to change some lines so there isn't just so much fucking nothing corniness. But because he's such a talented hook writer, I don't think people really ever cared. I think that Lucid Dreams is one of the more timeless tracks from this era. I mean, it is just such an instant banger. We knew this was going to be here. This is also, this song is, I mean, the beat is just so cold. Posey slides on this thing. The flows are great. This song is so hard. These 3 songs are very different, but I think that they're like the same level of quality. I might do this. Okay, this looks good for me. Lovely is not one of my favorite Billie Eilish songs, but surprised it's this high? Me too. I wouldn't have guessed that it would be this high, but Billie obviously became a way bigger artist than this. Like after 2018, 2019 was obviously more her year. I think, yeah, Khalid is kind of a boring artist. He's a lot of nothingness for me, but I think he sounds pretty decent on this song. I think it's a pretty good, I think it's a pretty good duet. I don't think I'm putting it above a lot of these songs though, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, especially since Billie has way better tracks and way better ballads. But the strings sound really good on this song. I think the vocal performances from both of them is really good as well. There's not a lot here that I want to put it above. I'm going to be perfectly honest, guys. I think I'd probably do this. I might even put Havana above it. No, I'm not going to put Havana above it. I'm probably doing that. Oh, okay, Sunflower. What a year 2018 was for Post Malone. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've always felt like Sunflower is more of a Sway Lee song than it is a Post Malone song, especially since like this entire track is really just centered around the hook. And that is a Sway Lee hook to the core. There is no way there was any collaboration on this in terms of like what that melody is, because it is so distinctly Sway Lee. And it's a really fun one. Obviously, it's got an attachment to that Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse, which I think was really elevated people's like nostalgia and attachment to it. I don't personally think it's better than these other Post Malone songs though, because beyond the hook, beyond that Sway Lee part, I don't think Post really brings all that much to it. I think he brings more to the table on these other songs off of Beer Bongs and Bentleys. No, I think it's slightly better than Better Now. I'm just gonna keep it at 6. I'm gonna keep it at 6. This year's good. Like Sunflower would absolutely be in the top 5 of 2017. It might be in the top 3 of 2017. That's how bad 2017 was. All right, what's number 1? No, another addition to White Boy Hell. There's something about this whole genre of white boy piano ballads with the really scratchy, yelly, strained vocals that I believe Louis Capaldi is a good singer, but this seems to be an intentional choice to sing it like this, and I don't understand why. It like hurts for me to listen to it because he sounds so strained. I'd probably put it above Happier. I don't think Attention deserves to be this low. Attention being this low is crazy because I think Attention is a solid song. Wow, I think 2018 just kind of cooked. 2018 was just really good. There's a lot of songs like Sunflower being left off the top 5 is crazy. I think Better Now is a bit of a banger. Honestly, I'm going to do this. I think Gaga's vocal performance on Shallow is like so much better than the overall like vibe that is Better Now. Because Better Now I think is a pretty hard song and gets a good beat, but I think that Gaga's vocal performance is really puts it up here. This is hard because 2018 might be the best year we've had so far because I can't remember the last year. I don't know if chat remembers, but I can't remember the last year that I've liked almost every song on here besides the very bottom. But I like the majority of these songs. Like even Attention by Charlie Puth, that is like the best Charlie Puth song. So yeah, I think the top 5, I'm pretty confident in. The top 2 at least. One Kiss, Rockstar, and Lucid Dreams are all great tracks. Sunflower, I think, is right below that for me. But Sunflower, God's Plan, Shallow, Better Now, Call Out My Name, these are all really good songs. And then Moonlight, I think Moonlight's good too. And then Lovely, even Lovely being this low is kind of crazy. But it's not one of my favorite Billy tracks. I think that makes sense. Havana is pretty good too. I mean, yeah, the 2018 just kind of cooked. Especially for hip-hop, I think it's a pretty goddamn good year for hip-hop. But then there's White Boy Hell. White Boy Hell, man. What a shame. All right, but that's it for me tonight, guys. Like and subscribe and all of that stuff on YouTube. If you want to see the other editions, I think we're a couple episodes behind. They're all on my Patreon. I think we're only up to, at the time of me filming this, we're up to 2014. So if you want the VODs of the previous episodes, those are on my Patreon. We're going to put them out on YouTube as fast as we can. It's on me for it being so slow, but